Today I'm here to talk about Indus Papers. Indus Papers is India's best-selling seamless paper backdrops. It was launched in May 2023 by studiobackdrops.com with 67 unique shades. It has a thickness of 185 GSM and it is the only brand to have 17 unique colors available in 12 feet width. Hi, welcome to the Studio Backdrops YouTube channel where we talk about photography, cinematography and so much more. Now let's take a closer look at an Indus paper. Every seamless paper backdrop comes in a plastic sleeve to protect the paper surface from any scuffs, marks or damage. The paper backdrops are further sealed with a tape to prevent them from unrolling while in the packaging. Let's open the tape and unroll it a little bit. Try to make very careful small cuts on the tape so that you don't damage the paper backdrop. And that's how you open up a seamless paper backdrop. At 185 GSM, Indus Papers is thicker and more durable than any other seamless paper out there. As you can see, Indus paper backdrops have a smooth, consistent color and a matte finish. A matte finish is essential in a paper backdrop because it removes any unwanted reflections from your subject or your image. A matte finish is especially important when trying to create that infinite seamless effect with a paper backdrop. Every Indus paper backdrop comes as a roll. You can unroll any length you want for your shoot and then simply roll it back up again for next time. If your seamless paper backdrop gets dirty or damaged, you can just cut away that part and unroll some more to use it immediately. That is why Indus paper backdrops is available in a length of 16 feet. As you can see, every Indus paper backdrop is core wound. That means it's tightly wound around a core, so it can be easily mounted on any backdrop stand or crossbar. As you already know, Indus Papers has 67 amazing colors. We have whites that are perfect for e-commerce and product photography. We have beiges and neutral grays, which are a must-have for lookbooks and fashion editorials. We have soft yellows and soft pinks, which are amazing for maternity photography. We have popping yellows, pinks, reds, purples, which are a must-have for content creators and editorial photographers. We also have shades of chroma key for all the chroma key lovers out there. So no matter what you shoot, Indus Papers has the right color for you. Now let's talk about a few frequently asked questions. What size of Indus Papers should I use? If you shoot solo portraits, headshots, products, flat lay, skincare, tiny props, you need a 4.5 feet backdrop. But what you can't shoot are wide shots. This is a 7 feet wide paper backdrop. It's great for full body portraits, reels, and YouTube videos. What's better, if you're creating content from the comfort of your home, it fits perfectly in your home setup. And the bonus is that it fits in your car and it's great to carry for those on-location shoots and travel setups. This is a 9 feet wide paper backdrop. It is the most commonly sold size of paper backdrop in the world. Anything you can imagine shooting, you can shoot it with a 9 feet wide paper backdrop. You can set it up in your studio and create fashion editorials and advertising shoots. You can set it up on location at a wedding and do bridal portraits with the bride. You can set it up for group shots, set it up for cricket teams, shoot magazine covers. Anything at all that you can imagine is possible with a 9 feet wide paper backdrop. Now for the biggest size of them all, the 12 feet wide seamless paper backdrop. This is the 12 feet wide Indus seamless paper backdrop. We actually bolt it and screw it in from the sides so that the paper doesn't come loose. It has a length of 50 feet so that you can use it for any application that you can think of. You can shoot cars, bikes, industrial appliances, anything you want on this. This is the big daddy of seamless paper backdrops. Now let's look at the different ways to set up Indus paper backdrops. For a truly portable and versatile setup that you can take anywhere, use a backdrop stand like the one that is there behind me. With this, you can take the backdrop stand and the Indus paper backdrop wherever you go and set it up on location. For those of you looking for a more permanent setup in your home or in your studio, you can use the manual pulley system or the motorized roller system and it on your wall or on your ceiling, and that way you can use multiple Indus papers at the same time. Here's another setup idea that you can use for photo booths and such likes. We have taken a 4.5 feet backdrop and just mounted it on a C-stand grip arm to create a very easy setup that you can carry anywhere you want. Here are a few tips to keep in mind while setting up your Indus paper backdrops. When using Indus paper backdrops with a backdrop stand, you should unroll the backdrop before raising the backdrop stand to its maximum height. When the backdrop stand is raised to its maximum height, it gets difficult to unroll the paper, or the paper can unroll entirely on its own and you might not be able to control it. When using a backdrop stand, for additional support, use sandbags on the tripods of the backdrop stand. This ensures that your backdrop does not fall down and injure someone on set. If you're using a Indus paper backdrop on a manual system and intend to keep it mounted for a long period of time, use a crossbar to prevent the backdrop from sagging in the middle. If the width of your crossbar is different than the width of your paper core, you can use a shim like this to secure the backdrop to the crossbar and prevent it from rolling around. If you're struggling to get creative results with Indus papers, here's 3 different setups for you to look at. The first setup we're going to look at is called the floor length setup. It is ideally used for portraits and any shot that does not require a full length image. The second setup we are going to look at is the infinity setup. In this kind of a setup, the backdrop is pulled all the way in front of the frame and there is a semicircular curve where the paper and the ground meets. This semicircular curve creates an infinity effect and looks like the background behind your subject goes on forever. And the third setup we are looking at is called the 90-degree setup, in which we create a 90-degree angle where the backdrop meets the floor. You stretch your backdrop the entire way to the front of the frame, but due to the 90-degree bend at the point where the backdrop and the floor meet, it creates a very straight line that creates a separation between the floor and the backdrop, thus creating an interesting gradation in your image. You can use a gaffer tape like this to secure your paper backdrop to the floor to prevent it from shifting from one side to another, so that your subject can move freely on the backdrop. When mounting a seamless paper backdrop to a backdrop stand, use a backdrop clip like this to prevent the backdrop from moving and unrolling on its own. Always unroll a paper backdrop slowly. If it unrolls too fast, it can create creases and bends in the backdrop and completely ruin the entire backdrop. You can use rugs, booties or acrylic sheets on the floor of your backdrop to prevent it from getting scratched or damaged when in use. Use a crossbar with a manual pulley system to take the weight of the entire paper backdrop and prevent it from sagging. When rolling up a seamless paper backdrop, always roll tightly and equally across the width of the paper backdrop. This ensures that there is a tight fit when the paper rolls back on itself, and this prevents any wrinkles or creases from happening on the backdrop. Always store a paper backdrop upright and in its original cardboard box. This prevents any damage from happening to the paper backdrop due to moisture or gravity. Always store your paper backdrop in a dry location and away from direct sunlight. Direct sunlight can cause the color of your backdrop to fade, and any humidity might cause your backdrop to wrinkle. Indus Papers might be the most durable and robust paper in the world, but please follow the tips I have mentioned before to make sure your paper is undamaged and lasts for a long period of time. I hope you now know more about Indus Papers, its 67 colors, its 185 GSM thickness, and what makes it one of the best seamless paper backdrops in India. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments below, and see you again next time.